Now, Metiria Turei's stand was about poverty and life on, well, a benefit. So, Mihingarangi Forbes, our Māori issues correspondent, and Bradley White, our cameraman, went out to Manurewa and one of the country's poorer suburbs to find out what people think about Metiria Turei there and whether they'd do the same thing that she has confessed to doing.
Manurewa, South Auckland, is home to just over 80,000 people.
We're finding it hard now, seeing that we are on lower income. It's hard to make ends meet.
5% of people in Manurewa get an unemployment benefit and 5.5% receive the DPB, the highest proportion of any electorate in the country.
I lived at a place at the Manurewa Marae as I became homeless.
How was that for you going out there?
That was hard. That was hard for me because to put my pride down. Me and my partner, we went through a lot.
Manurewa loosely translates as the drifting kite, but there's not a lot of kite flying here in Manurewa. Most people are just trying to make ends meet. As of 2013, the median income was $24,700 a year, compared to the national median of $28,500. We met Mel on her way out of a WINS office in the centre of the suburb. She's recently had surgery and gets some financial assistance from the government, but her 5 children are grown up.
In today's, with the expenses now, my kids and me wouldn't have been able to do it. It was hard enough then. I used to have to go out and prostitute on the street, sell tinnies, whatever I could, just to make extra money for milk and bread, not luxuries, milk and bread money. That's all we needed was food money. That was always trying to feed them. We never had enough to feed my kids, and they always ate noodles and like shit food, and the kids will tell you.
Tom is on the sole parent benefit, raising his 3-month-old daughter.
Everybody's struggling around, this Manurewa. There's not much opportunity around here.
Have you worked before?
Yes, I have. I've worked for like 10 years.
Can I ask about Mum?
Synthetics overtook her judgment or whatever. And then, so the tamariki ora gave the child to me.
Rahul came to New Zealand as a student from India. Now he's seeking asylum as a refugee, and today he's applying for an emergency benefit. And so have you got anywhere to stay?
Yeah, I'm living in Manurewa, and I'm flatting with other Indians, and yeah, that's a good place. Yeah.
How many to your house?
We have 3-room house, and we're living like 3 people each room.
For Katerina, who came to New Zealand from Kiribati 8 years ago, she's grateful for the WINS assistance she receives. She has a blood cancer and a thyroid issue.
I'm homeless and I was cared by people in the country. I'm so proud of them by caring people from like me, and thanks very much for caring and protect my human dignity. Yeah, that I'm a human being and they protect my dignity. So I'm proud of New Zealand, and I encourage all my kids to work hard for New Zealand.
Mark has lived here for 40 years and watched the place change.
Well, not to be a redneck or anything, but there's a lot of different cultures here now. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And we've got like a lot of different restaurants and that here now.
His children are grown up now, but he sees poverty around him, and he worries for the solo mums and the good families struggling to get by.
I've got to admit, like in the last 9 years, that since National's taken over, there's more homelessness, and you're tripping over beggars on the street from here, from Papakura to say Penrose. There's beggars everywhere, and that never used to be like that before in the past. So National's gone wrong somewhere.
Do you vote?
Yeah, I always vote.
What do you think about Metiria Turei? She got into a bit of strife.
I think when you're in desperate, like in strife and that, you'll do anything to help to feed your children, so I've got nothing against what she did.
He's not alone.
She's an inspiration to women, she's an inspiration to Māori, and she should be patted on the back for having an education and not being on the corner asking for a cigarette.
You have to find a way of living, and she did for her and her child. I'm trying to find it now with my child, me and my child now, and it's pretty hard. If I had an odd job on the side and I didn't tell these fellas, all good, more money for me and my child. But what she did was it's normal for us struggling.
So if you did have an odd job, you'd do it and you wouldn't tell them?
Yeah, I would. I'll tell you I would.
What do you want for Manurewa?
I want, first and foremost, this homeless thing to be stopped, to give back Manurewa how it used to be, how you could walk the streets and you don't see this. I don't blame them for they're going through, but I want to see a lot of changes here. Everywhere else is changing, everywhere else is looking good, but not Manurewa.
But despite the woes and the hard times, those from Rewa, as they say out here, are still hopeful.
Yeah. And that is it from me.
Kia ora. Mo te hōtaka o te ahiahi nei ko Mihingarangi Forbes ahau.